Two temples, destroyed nearly 650 years apart. Yet Jewish tradition remembers both on the very same day. Coincidence? History? Or something deeper? To understand why millions still observe Tisha B'Av today, we must travel back almost 3,000 years. Imagine if one single day on the calendar became connected to centuries of tragedy. A day when magnificent temples were destroyed, kingdoms disappeared, entire populations were forced into exile, and generation after generation gathered to remember the same painful events. For more than 2,000 years, Jewish communities around the world have observed one day unlike any other. It is called Tisha B'Av. But why has this single date become known as the darkest day in Jewish history? Our story begins in ancient Jerusalem. Around the 10th century BC, King Solomon built what became the first temple. It was more than a religious building. It symbolized the unity of the Kingdom of Israel and became the spiritual center of the Jewish people. For centuries, pilgrims traveled to Jerusalem to worship there. But powerful kingdoms were rising across the Middle East. In 586 BC, the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar II invaded Jerusalem. After a long siege, the city fell. The temple was burned to the ground. Thousands of people were killed or taken captive. Many survivors were forced into exile in Babylon. The destruction of the first temple forever changed Jewish history. Tradition remembers this catastrophe as taking place on the 9th day of Av. Decades later, many Jewish exiles returned home. A new temple was built upon the same sacred site. Known today as the Second Temple, it became the heart of Jewish religious life for hundreds of years. Jerusalem slowly recovered. But peace would not last forever. By the 1st century AD, Judea had become part of the Roman Empire. Tensions grew. Eventually, open rebellion broke out. Rome responded with overwhelming military force. In AD 70, Roman legions led by Titus surrounded Jerusalem. The siege lasted for months. Food became scarce. Disease spread throughout the city. When Roman soldiers finally entered Jerusalem, much of the city was destroyed. The Second Temple was set on fire. Once again, the spiritual center of the Jewish people had fallen. Remarkably, Jewish tradition remembers this event as happening on the same day of the Hebrew calendar, the 9th of Av. Two temples, destroyed centuries apart, remembered on one day. The sorrow did not end there. About 60 years later, the Bar Kokhba Revolt became the final major Jewish uprising against Roman rule. The rebellion was crushed. Thousands died. Many survivors were scattered across the Roman Empire. Over the centuries, Jewish communities also connected other painful events with Tisha B'Av. These included expulsions from England in 1290 and Spain in 1492, as well as other moments of persecution and exile. Whether every event occurred exactly on that date or later became associated with it through tradition, Tisha B'Av gradually became a symbol of collective memory and resilience. For many Jewish communities, it came to represent not just one tragedy, but centuries of hardship. Today, Tisha B'Av remains one of the most solemn days in the Jewish calendar. From sunset until nightfall the following day, many observant Jews fast. Special prayers are recited. The Book of Lamentations, traditionally attributed to the prophet Jeremiah, is read in synagogues. Many people sit on low stools or on the floor as a sign of mourning. Unlike joyful holidays filled with celebration, Tisha B'Av is dedicated to remembrance, reflection, and hope for the future. It is a day to remember not only what was lost, but also the resilience that allowed a people and their traditions to survive across thousands of years. History is often remembered through battles and kings, but sometimes history is remembered through a single date. For nearly 2,000 years, Tisha B'Av has reminded millions of people that civilizations can rise and fall, cities can be rebuilt, and traditions can survive even the greatest hardships. Whether viewed through history, archaeology, or religious tradition, the story of Tisha B'Av offers a powerful reminder of the importance of memory. Because sometimes, remembering the past is the first step toward protecting the future.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Bye.